Hello everybody. First off, I just want to thank all of my new subscribers. I really super appreciate every one of you subscribing to my channel. That makes me super happy and it gives me more ganas to continue. I speak Spanish, like Spanglish, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes I forget the word in English, so I say it in Spanish. And I don't know how that works, but it just does. Anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I don't know if you guys are here because you are either in the process of, your husband or wife are in the process of getting their green card, or if you are in the beginning stages of this or at the end stage of this. I'm just really glad that you subscribed and that you have been enjoying my videos. So, I just want to do a disclaimer really quick. Why?
Because the picture not goes.
Yeah. So I have to do a quick disclaimer because I want everybody to know that I am not an immigration attorney. I'm not an immigration enthusiast. I'm not a paralegal. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just know the things that I personally have gone through and the process that I've been through. I know everybody's process is different, everybody's situation is different, but I just feel like maybe you can get kind of an idea of things that you'll be getting yourself into through my story. So as you've seen my videos of us going to Mexico, Ciudad Juarez, we were there for 7 weeks. We were in Mexico for 7 weeks. We first flew into Mexico. We flew into Puebla because that's where my husband is from, and that's where we got his carta de antenencias, and then from there we stayed for about 6 days, and then from there we flew into Ciudad Juarez, which the flight was pretty cheap. The flights are very cheap to Ciudad Juarez from Mexico City. We actually took a bus to Mexico City and then flew from Mexico City to Ciudad Juarez, and we were there for 2 weeks, and it was, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very stressful. I have psoriasis, which is a autoimmune disease with the skin, and that's what this is right here. It's not a hickey. I wish. It's psoriasis. Anyway, it flared up like crazy while we were in Mexico, and Ciudad Juarez specifically, because I was so stressed out. It was very, very stressful. And I know that while we were there, I saw a lot of, I actually did see a lot of couples with children. I saw people without children. I saw older individuals. I saw young individuals. We saw pretty much a little bit of everything while we were there. So I know that I'm not the only one that is crazy enough to go and stay in Mexico for 7 weeks with my daughter, with my husband. I felt, my motto was, if I was going to Mexico with my husband, I was going to leave Mexico with my husband, and that's how it was going to be. Like, that was my whole thinking of this whole process, because I was like, I am not leaving without my husband. There were so many times where I was like, I'm just getting on a plane, I'm getting the hell out of here, I'm going home. But then I would be like, no, I can't do that. I can't leave him. So, sorry, that's my almost 3-year-old who's trying to do a video as well, like me.
My video, Mama. I need my video.
Well, come here. Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I know that there are women.
I'm back.
So I know that there are a lot of women out there who, and not only that, but there's women who want to go with their husbands to support their husbands in the process, but they can't, and don't feel guilty for not being able to go. I mean, if you have a job that's not going to let you take 7 weeks off, which there's not very many of them, and or if you've got a few kids and they got school, or you know, you don't have babysitters, or I mean, life happens, things happen. I just was able to have the opportunity to do that with my husband, so I was blessed in that way. Anyway, I feel like this video is gonna be rambling on. I don't even really know like how to do this video because there's so much out there. I've gotten so many questions. I've gotten questions about like what to bring your child to Mexico. I've got questions like, are you in America? Yes, we are in America now. We are in the United States of America. My husband is still waiting for his green card. That is a process. So we're still in the process. We've gone to Mexico, we've done the appointment, we've done everything, and here we are still waiting in processing. It could take up to 120 days. It's been about 55 or 60 days since we paid the fee. So it could be, you know, a whole nother month before we get that. Yeah, I want to talk about something that has been weighing on my mind. I joined this group on Facebook about wives, women who are married to illegal immigrants, and the stories that I hear on that I read on this page are just astounding. I've seen it all on this page. I've seen women who have gone through the whole process, gone to Mexico with their husband, did the whole process, and come back and find out that their husband's been cheating on them, or they've gone through like this crazy traumatic experience of their husband being deported, and their children are like so little and young, they don't really know what's going on, and it's so scary. And it's like, I am a huge human rights advocate. I feel like everybody has a right to be in this country. There's plenty of room in this country, and there's plenty of work and plenty of jobs in this country for these people. I am blessed to be married to a Mexican man. I am blessed that I am able to teach my child different cultures, that my daughter is not going to be absorbed in this one race world. She is going to be able to be part of that culture. So I'm going to go back on the timeline. I'm going to go back to when we first came back from Mexico. This is how it went. It was like every day I would go on the USCIS website, and I would see if his visa was sent, okay, through DHL. Every day, like 3 times a day. And of course, no, still administration processing. It was like tormenting me. And then finally, one night, it was really late. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and we were so exhausted. We had just come back from like a party or something. Super duper late. And I was like, you know what? For the heck of it, I'm just gonna go on and check. So I went on, and no, it was like literally, it was like winning the lottery. It was that good. It felt that good. It was literally like comparable to winning the lottery. I'm not kidding. And it said, visa has been sent through DHL. You should receive it within the next couple days. And I turned to my husband and I said, oh my God. And he was like, what? I was like, you gotta see this. And I like showed him it, and he was like, no way. So like, of course, right away, boom, we're like both out of bed. We're like, we gotta tell somebody. We're like freaking out. We gotta tell somebody. So like, we ran out into the living room. His mother wasn't even in the living room. His mother wasn't even in the house. She was across the way at her son's house, at my brother-in-law's house. And so we were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So finally, so she comes in and we tell her, and we're like celebrating, and we're so excited. So we got his visa was probably, so that was on like a Tuesday. On Friday, his visa was in. So Friday, we drove to Puebla. My husband is from a town called Acajete, Puebla. And it's about 25-30 minute drive to Puebla. So we drove into Puebla, and we went to the DHL office, and he got his packet, and it was just, we were, you know, I mean, you could just imagine, okay, if you're going through this process, how incredible that feels. So we got, especially after what we've been through. Who is it?
Nana.
Oh, it's Nana. So then from there it was just celebration time. You know, we just had a really good time with the family. And then the following Tuesday we flew home. So we flew into Orlando. When we got into Orlando, there's an immigration process. So everybody has to go through the immigration process, and there's 3 lines. There's like the line for like the flight attendants and things like that. Then there's the line for US citizens, and then there's the line for visitors. And of course my husband got to go through the US citizen line because that's like permanent residents and US citizens. So we both got to go through the same line. So we went through, and it was like 11 at night, so it wasn't that busy. And then so they, you know, they look at your passport and everything, and then he had to go to a separate room where they went through his packet and everything like that. And while he was doing that, I was getting our suitcases. So everything was fine, everything was great. And then we stayed in Florida for like 3 days with my family, and my husband went to go get his driver's license. So he already had a temporary driver's license that they had given him back, you know, way before we went to Mexico. And we got there and they said that he needed his social security card. So we waited for his social security card to come in. So we said, okay, well, you know, can you just give him an extension on his temporary driver's license so that he can drive? And so they did that, and then he got his social security card in, which was just a few days later. Went back to Florida, went back to the DMV. We went through the whole process. They took his picture, they did his eye test and everything. And she comes back and said, I'm really sorry, there's something still processing in immigration and we cannot issue your driver's license. And we're like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, there's always something that's gonna stop you and make you feel like you wanna just explode. And you're, after everything, you're just like, oh my God, you know, come on, you know? So we were like, fine, you know, so they went ahead and issued him another temporary driver's license until his green card comes in, which is still, we're still waiting for. It's been a while, but it can take up to 3 months. It's been about 2 months. And then once he gets that, then we can go back and do this. Now, I don't know if all the states are the same, have the same process. I don't know if that's true in all states, but it's just happened to be true in the state of Florida. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Everything else is like been really good. You know, we're back home in North Carolina, and we've been here now for a couple months. We've had some visitors from Mexico come stay with us for a little while. We went down to Florida. I stayed in Florida for 2 weeks. Wanted to do a video on like what to bring for your kids, because I think #1 is to bring medicine. So what I noticed is that things like ibuprofen, what?
I'm scared.
Oh, like ibuprofen is very expensive. Tylenol is very expensive. It's the name brands. No, they have their own name brand of like Tylenol and ibuprofen. But the one that we used, I forgot what it was called. It only took her fever away for 2 hours, and then it came back. It was supposed to be for 8 hours. Now if you use ibuprofen or Tylenol and switch them back and forth, you're good. You know, they don't usually get a fever back. So definitely bring some ibuprofen and Tylenol. Absolutely bring that. Also bring something for like an upset stomach for children, because when Azura was like in Ciudad Juarez and she threw up and she was like feeling really, really lethargic, they gave her Dramamine. And Dramamine is for like car sickness and things like that. So my battery's gonna die. So definitely medicines and things like that. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna actually cut this video because my battery's gonna die. But I really appreciate everybody for subscribing to my channel, and I am here if you have any questions. I try to get to everybody's comment. Everybody, I act like I have like a lot of subscribers and a lot of comments. It's like, I'm so ridiculous. I'm just super happy that I've got the subscribers that I've got, and that you guys have shared my videos, and that I've actually made an impact on some of your lives. That makes me so happy. That's the whole point why I did these videos, because I wanted everybody to see the people that were going through this process as a woman and a wife, to back up her husband and show our experience, you know? Like, they always show the applicant's experience, but did they show really our experience and what we went through to get this, you know, to where we are? Because you all know, if you are the wife of the applicant, if you're the petitioner, you all know that you did most of the work, and you need to give yourself a round of applause and give yourself a little margarita to celebrate, because if it wasn't for you, a lot of this wouldn't be. So anyway, so thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, and comment down below if you have any more questions. You can also go on my Instagram page. I think I'm going to start doing more on my Instagram so that you guys can ask me more questions, and maybe I'll do another Q&A. I'll do a Q&A video so I can specifically answer your questions. So
Mama, camera.
thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.